So, dudes.
Hello.
Dudes.
What's up, guys?
Hope everybody enjoyed their time away.
Yeah, been a minute.
Been a whole minute. Been like 2 or 3 seconds since we were last on the podcast.
When was our last one? Was that Christmas?
6 years ago. 6 years ago was
feels
our
like
last one. 6 years ago was our last one. Last one
Felt
we did
like
was
6 years
ago. We're here with Andrew Byers.
What's up?
From America's Hometown Horror Podcast. You guys go check them out. Subscribe, dudes. America's Hometown Horror. Go check them out and subscribe to their stuff. You guys have a YouTube channel, dude?
I know Mike uploads just the audio on YouTube, so there's no
So
video.
if you could like send people somewhere to go like help you guys out, where would it be? Like iTunes or
So
Apple
we're on
Pod.
all of those. We're on Spotify, iTunes.
So
Apple.
just go subscribe to their
Subscribe
favorite
to
on their
America's
favorite.
Hometown Horror
There you go.
Podcast.
There you go. Go check it out, guys. Yeah,
Help the guy out.
As
Yeah, exactly.
Mark usually does.
Yeah, Mark
do.
always
I-
watches it or listens to it. I should say.
I listen to it every week, and I'm not a horror guy, but I have watched some of the horror flicks that they review just because I want something different,
Mhm.
And for me, because I listen to Rogan, I listen to Joey Diaz, I listen to some news podcasts, but when I just feel like something refreshing, that's not political or anything like that.
Mhm.
And their podcast, believe it or not, I've been listening to it for at least since I first found out about it, and it's much better now. They're not talking over each other. It's
Mhm.
more refined. I think it's a good listen, and I enjoy. So kudos.
So they're
brother.
more professional than
Appreciate
we
it.
are.
I wouldn't say they're more professional. They're right along the same antics as
Well, they
us.
don't talk
have-
over each other.
If I had my way, it would be a lot less professional because usually
Yeah.
I'm like tuned
But
up.
it's a good listen. It truly is. And if you have the slightest interest in horror movies, new and old, like I said, I'll make a couple notes in my truck when I'm listening, and then go home and try to find where they watched it if they don't say, and check it out. I mean,
Cool.
some of the cheesiest horror flicks with horrible effects are still fun to watch.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So
So I do
in the order in which you joined. So what's up, KD, the window cleaner? How you doing, buddy? Jason Lehman, Jason, Jacob, and Seth are fags and they don't count.
Only for you.
What's that guy's name? Mike Nichols, KT's window cleaning, Ryan Brutally, Damien, my man Damien, Katie Turner, which we all know is Mark, Cameron Kidd, and Mark Kladinsky. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? If you're watching this, please give us a like, subscribe to the podcast or the channel here. That'd be super great if you did that.
Yeah,
Definitely interact. Definitely interact. So it's been a month, man. How was everybody's holiday? Everybody was cool, huh? Levi, what's up, Levi? Gary, how was everybody's holiday, man? Good.
Yeah, it was great, man. I had a really good time.
Same here.
Yeah. I had taken quite a bit of time off, not only from the podcast, but worked a little bit less and enjoyed the weather change. And it's refreshing, kind of recharge.
THEIR. Fucking can barely sell window cleaning tools, and you don't know the difference between there, and there, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
I love busting that kid's balls. It's my favorite thing.
Who are we talking about? Are we talking about fucking
Name brand radio.
Name
Austin
brand?
Gross.
Oh, awesome. That fucking mook.
Listen, man, be nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We came back with a
I'm just kidding,
positive
Jacob.
attitude.
I don't mean that.
Jacob.
I don't mean
Month
that.
worth of just.
Okay, I'll be nice to everybody else but him.
Okay.
Did anyone do anything on their break or just kind of chill?
I
or?
just kind of hung out, man, to be honest with you, and just kind of, I don't
Wakanda
know,
forever?
just kind of like, I watched Wakanda Forever. Whatever,
Woo!
dude. Just kind of hung out with the family. We started a family D&D game. Your goofy brother left, and now he's back, I think.
I'm trying to pick something. Hold on.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Mr. Awesome Guy, what's up, man? Jacob Clump, what up, cut?
What it
The
do?
real
What
Jay
it do?
Nicholson, what up?
What's up? What's up, dog?
Just kind of hung out, man. Watched some football here and there. You know. And what else can you do in the wintertime in Ohio? You know, I mean, not a whole lot.
You guys got snow?
What's up, John Brokowski?
Yeah, that's the-
Borokowski.
Everyone say hello to WCR's newest sales rep, John V. What's going
What's up,
on?
John B? What's up, John B? Borokowski. Oh, is that dude with the new picture? He reminds me. I need to look at him, but he reminds me of someone.
Mike Nichols said he looked like some older celebrity.
Yes.
Um,
The fuck?
Mike, say who it is.
Mike, you have to put in. Is Brady really gone? Yeah, Brady's done, man. He's fucking 900 years old.
Yeah. If he plays any longer, his whole face is going to be like.
Well, this is the thing. I felt like what he did, like yesterday. I think it was super. Cincinnati didn't get robbed. I'm not gonna listen. I will not listen to that. It was super sincere.
Tom Selleck.
Yes.
Oh, Tom Selleck?
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh my gosh, Steve-O the window cleaner's
What up,
watching.
Steve-O? Whoa.
Maybe he can
whoa.
spam our chat like
Yeah.
Jacob spams his.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm not listening to the Cincinnati got robbed thing. I just can't, you know what I mean? Like, listen, dude, Homeboy had the ball with plenty of time on the clock, and, he screwed it up. Are we going to act like that linebacker didn't fucking hit that dude completely way out of fucking bounds, man? Come on,
No,
dude.
that's why they lost, because that idiot pushed him out of
Yeah,
bounds. Like,
you should. If they would not have lost, if that dude would not have hit a limping quarterback and knocked him out of the ground.
Butker's not making a 59-yard field goal. Not
Yeah,
happening.
I mean, it wasn't going to happen. I mean, if they would have stopped him and he wouldn't have done what he did right there, Cincinnati would have won that fucking football game. People got to deal with it. I live in Ohio. I see people crying about it all the time on the fucking internet. I watched it.
Dang. Definitely it was a bonehead play.
Yeah, it
And
was
then-
just a bad play, man.
I mean, Cincinnati lines up pretty well with Kansas City, and it was a good game. It was
Yeah.
fun to watch.
I mean, they beat them last year.
Yeah.
They had the
The reason they
team.
lost that game is because Burrow threw two stupid picks that he should
Yep.
never have.
Yep.
That's what they lost. They would have
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
I think a lot of that too, though, is his offensive line is so unbelievably bad.
No, but those were just
He just
unnecessary.
chucks it on.
throws.
True.
No, I know.
Mark his eyes are already rolling back in his head. I had this dude off for a month, and you guys want to talk football.
I'm just listening. I didn't watch it.
You know how
I
you
heard
guys
about
know
it.
how Mark he shuts off when we talk about football. You guys know that in the
I
chat.
watched the Super Bowl. Okay.
It was a great. You're right. It was a really good game, and the only thing I thought was semi questionable is that referee running out on the field on third down. Why didn't you blow your fucking whistle? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if there's anything to be said about the NFL right now, it's that the fucking officiating fucking sucks. Not just that game, but every game for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, listen, I'm a Browns fan. I know our team fucking sucks, and I'm not trying to say that our team doesn't suck, but watch a Myles Garrett game one time. Watch Myles Garrett on defense one time. Just tune into a Browns game. That guy is held on every fucking possession. Every snap that dude takes, he's held. I'm not just making that up.
You're not
Look
wrong.
at the fucking
He's
film.
a
It's
giant man.
there's a dude that on one of the Browns pages that I follow that he does a compilation every year at the end of the season of all the times there's obvious holds on. These things are fucking 20-30 minutes long, dude. It's insane, dude. So the officiating in the NFL fucking sucks. It's terrible. They should never decide a football game. However, I don't feel like that Cincinnati game, what the refs did, caused Cincinnati to lose the game. They fucking 2 fucking turnovers and then hit a guy totally. He was out of fucking bounds. He was out of bounds. If the roles had been reversed and that was a Kansas City player hitting Joe Burrow out all these girls that want to give him head and all these dudes that want to give him head would be fucking, their panties would be totally in their buttholes right now if that happened to Joe Burrow. Let's be honest, guys.
Well,
Come on.
you did see a bunch of bad calls. Like, remember the one with Bosa being followed to the sideline by the ref, like antagonizing him, and threw a flag on him?
And then threw a flag. I mean, it would seriously.
He
There's
slammed his helmet on the ground.
Well, that was
afterwards.
That was after.
You still don't get to do that.
They need to bring back.
But that was after he was pursued by a referee and a flag thrown. So
you don't follow a guy.
I'm glad San Diego lost, so I don't really care.
I mean, I'm not a San Diego fan, you fucking twat not. I'm just saying what the referee did was not cool, dude. Like, why are you trying to invalidate what that referee did was not cool?
The best news of the week is that Brady's no longer a quarterback again.
Yeah, I'm
not
sorry.
deal with that fucking loser anymore.
Oh, you're not a Patriots fan?
I'm a Patriots fan. I'm not a Tom Brady fan.
Oh, like never?
Oh no, I like Tom Brady when he was here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the greatest of all time. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, but he was
from
getting beyond annoying and demonstrative on the sidelines. Like he turned in like Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, I don't know. I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's rough. Aaron Rodgers talking about his ayahuasca and long hair and his stupid face.
Dude, speaking of buttholes, that guy tans his butthole. He's a fucking one of those guys.
Spray tans his butthole.
No, he puts it out in the sun. Hear about that? That's how you get all that vitamin D.
I have no
through your
idea. I've
butthole?
never heard that
butthole.
before now.
Look up Josh Brolin. He burnt the shit out of his butthole doing that.
So, I got me one of these. Does anybody else have one?
What is it? Oh, the fancy new.
Yeah, the
No,
Godfather
the guy-
channel. The
The guy
Godfather
that said
channel.
he would get me one claims that he couldn't get me one. So.
Who?
Believe it or not, Jersey said he was going to try to get me one, and then said
I can tell you right now. I am super. No, you fucking sack of dog shit. If I told you how I got mine, it would cause a big fucking stink. But I'm telling you right now, the dude that got me mine said that he was extremely lucky to get one. There was not a lot, and I can tell you right now.
They said there was 200.
There was not a lot. And normally he's got a bunch to give away and shit like that. The rubber, and it's terrible. Just wait until that black diamond platinum comes
rubber.
out.
It's the 3x. If that rubber is stamped 3x4 Sorbo and not the Sorbo logo, that means comes off the long roll and it's
silicon.
Yeah,
silicone.
Yeah, it's junk.
Silicon.
So did anyone here go to the IWCA this year?
No.
No, but fuck no.
Oh,
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to spend $1,000.
All right. You know what, dude? I mean, if it was closer, I would go to one. You know what I mean? I was thinking about going to one, but you know what? I don't think the people that are involved with the IWCA, especially a certain group of dudes that are involved with it, I just don't think that we would get along. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, look at me, I'm on TV.
We're not gonna, I'm not gonna be a dick or anything like that, but there's just some like not cool people, out there.
I've been to one before I joined the podcast. I think I was at the same one Mark was at. I didn't run into him at the one in Orlando years back.
Yeah.
And I went one day and I was like, man, this thing's not for me. I'm not saying it's not for everybody. It just wasn't for me. The trade show was cool, but
I think it's good for new window cleaners to kind of
looking at
network
March,
or whatever.
guys, on the Black Diamond
March.
Platinum. That's what we're looking at is March. So you can thank me and a couple other dudes for that happening.
Dude, that stuff is next level.
I've been fucking after Casper for a hot minute, and this other dude has been after Casper for a hot minute, and finally he was like, all right, we'll try it out, guys. And I gotta tell you, I mean, I know if you watch my TikToks, I've done some, and I even sent some to Casper, some closeouts he posted on Instagram. It closed. Am I wrong, Mark?
No, it's dead nuts.
It closes out, man. It's like
I'm still
licks
using
that
it.
fucking
I got
glass.
a dozen. I got a dozen, and Casper has this thing about sending out 36-inch rubbers, and I'm like, make it where I can get an 18 and a 22 out of it. And I always got these, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
But I'm gonna tell you, if you like the original Sorbo rubber, it's just as good, if not better. I like it. I'll be buying it as soon as it comes out.
And that's
I'm not
what you would
saying
only
that.
buy, correct? Before
I'm
What?
sorry.
the Sorbo rubber was the only thing you used to buy.
That's all I
correct?
used to use, and then I still have half a gross of 18.
And everyone knows how staunch. I mean, I got Black Diamond over my shoulder. If they're a sponsor of the podcast, Mark didn't. He used Sorbo rubber because that's what his guys prefer, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. That's what they prefer.
Well,
But it's easy to say now that, and I don't think I'm talking out of school here. Your guys like it, and you like it, and you're gonna make the switch. Am I right? I mean,
yes, absolutely. And it's not even because I can't get, or no one can get the original Sorbo. But with the Black Diamond, I've told you honestly, I got a gross of them. I cut them.
mm-hmm.
I gave them to my guys. I didn't say a word, and within a month, I was told there's something different with this rubber. So they noticed the difference.
Right.
I said, we're going to use up this gross, and then I'll get you the other ones. We were just testing it. But I did a blind test and didn't say a word. I don't dislike it. I just prefer the Sorbo. But now
Right.
the new
I feel
Black
like
Diamond
it's
rubber.
lasting a pretty longer.
Yeah, I
it's
think
lasting
it's-
longer too,
yeah.
dude, which is
Yeah.
crazy. So
I'm excited to try it out because I mean I do like their medium that they have. I mean it's pretty nice. But I'm excited to use.
they have a soft rubber now, but this platinum is like super soft. This is like
Yeah. Well, I felt like their soft was always like more of a medium than a soft.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
I
It
think
is.
so.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
Medium?
That's safe to say. That's safe
Their
to say.
soft was still a little bit more firm
Than
rubber.
Sorbo's soft.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
that's it. That's fair. That's fair.
All
to
I
say.
ever used to use is medium Black Diamond, and then I tried the soft because y'all were talking, because
Yeah.
and I like that now. So I'm definitely going to try the
Oh,
platinum.
this stuff is it's really
I use super soft all year round, Damien. You know what I mean? I like soft rubber in the cold and in the heat. I just I don't change
I always think
rubber.
that's kind of BS.
We don't chase the heat as much up here though. You know what I mean? Like
No.
it's not like it gets crazy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
so it may be
Honestly,
different for other people, but for me up north, I'm not. I mean, I don't ever switch.
I'm going to be
softness.
honest. I think, and it's my opinion, I think that the different hardnesses of rubber
Uh-huh.
are definitely different in your climate than mine. Meaning, colder makes a big difference compared to hot.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
Like-
run super soft all year round. That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to run. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Like softer and colder weather, right? Or ain't that what you're
Yeah,
supposed to do? And
I
harder
think that's
and
what-
warmer weather, right? But
So they claim.
I've been cleaning windows 20 years. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never done the whole switch it in the winter to summer. I don't do that, dude. I just like
Yeah.
fucking use what
Oh,
I got.
I think of it like this.
Like dudes
Snow
like overdo
tires.
shit.
If it's 90 degrees here, my water is still like, what, 70?
Yeah.
When I put it on the window, even if the window is steaming,
Uh-huh.
by the time I'm squeegeeing that window has cooled down and it's a normal temperature.
Right.
So I don't think the temperature, but cold,
I don't
cold
think.
water, cold windows makes a difference.
Well, I don't even know if it's that. To be totally honest with you, man, I just feel like it's just a feel thing, dude. It's
Yeah.
some
Whatever
dudes like
someone put in your
some
hand.
dudes like big floppy jalopy watery titties, and some guys like them fucking hard ass titties, and you know what I mean. Some guys like
Yeah.
titties in between those two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody likes some guys
Everything
like those
is
big
different,
bologna
guys.
Slices.
Yeah, everything is different.
And
Yeah,
those
I think
pepperoni
it's
nipples.
yeah. I think
The nipple
everything.
covers
All
the
about
whole
them deli
pit.
meats.
Deli meats, them cold cuts.
Extra
Yeah,
So
Braille.
let's not forget about the gabagool.
The
big pieces
gabagool.
of braille around the edge.
Yeah. I just, I honestly feel like it's more of just like a preference thing.
Look.
Just on the feel. That's what I feel like. You know what I
The
mean?
difference, the
Go
To
ahead.
be
difference,
honest, if I buy rubber and hand it to Andrew, he doesn't know what it is, and he's just like, "Oh, this is fine."
yeah.
Yeah, he's never cared. Not
You
one
give
day.
me a fucking wet bologna, I'll fucking clean a window with it. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
I'm with you on that, dude. Like, dudes are like, why don't you fucking do this and that and the other thing? And I'm just like, listen, bros. I just
Katie,
do what
don't-
I do. You know what I mean? I don't like guys who are like, oh, I gotta have the most expensive fucking rubber in the entire universe, and that's cool, man. You know what I mean? That's cool. I don't care. Don't
Hey,
drag your.
WC is now a Black Diamond user. He won some from our Christmas
Cool.
show. He
Huh?
says he just said he likes it. He's going to keep using it.
Nice.
Or just like I clean the seals off with the channel I'm cleaning my windows with. That drives people nuts, and I'm just like, dude, I've been cleaning windows for 20 years. What are we talking about, dude?
Yeah, but it's also it's $1.
Not only is it just $1, but it's like the switch. But I like, see, you know, I'm all about repetitions. Maybe it's just a hang up of mine, but the least amount of times I have to change tools in the middle of doing something, the better. Guys are like, why do you go all the way down when you're... Listen, if I have to get the pole out and use the 0 degree, I'm doing the whole window that way. I'm not going to switch halfway through. If I switch halfway through, it's because I'm doing a YouTube video. I'm going to be dead honest with you. Whatever is the first thing in my hand is what I'm finishing with. I'm not doing the whole switcheroo, grab my utility. Like, I'm not Mario. I don't have every window cleaning tool I've ever owned on my belt. He's got so many.
Mario's got 1,200 pounds on that belt.
Mario has 2 or sometimes 3 mops on him, dude. Like, he's I'm not going back to the truck.
I'm a minimalist.
He runs like 2 hip belts.
No, I think Mario has that in case immigration comes. He can get away and clean windows anywhere he wants with his tools.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Andrew? Mark,
I was just saying, I'm a minimalist in life. I'm the same way. I don't want to have to fucking have 8,000 fucking tools on me.
Yeah.
To clean window. That's taking. I feel like that takes more time.
It does take more time.
Table in his apartment. Like, holy shit!
Don't need one.
Well, I will say this.
I'll hold it.
I'm not going to switch out rubbers. I don't even have a fucking coffee table.
I've been cleaning windows for 37 years, and it wasn't until about 5 years ago when I heard the term sill squeegee. We don't have any sill squeegees in my company.
Yeah, I don't. No. And I'm not knocking dudes that do that. I'm not knocking it. I just, to me, in my head, it's just like, dude, what am I doing? I'm reaching back. I'm doing another motion to clean the sill.
Right.
Oh, man, you nicked your rubber. Then fucking flip it over or go spend $1 and put another one in.
Yeah. That's another nice thing with Black Diamond, though, too. It's like the price point is so good on it that, like, why would you...
You know what? I want to talk about price. You bring price up, so that brings up something I got involved with, which I tried not to get involved in things on the Facebook forums. But, however, there's a dude commenting on the Grackle, you know what I mean, and how the $350 is exorbitant, that people are being ripped off. It's maybe worth $50. I can assure you, Mr. Man, whoever you are, I can't remember because you're a fucking turd, but whoever you are, I can guarantee you there is more than $50 in materials in that fucking thing. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. I know for a fact there's more than $50 in materials. Not to mention some fucking 50-plus-year-old dude that's cleaned windows in his entire life decided to make handmade buckets on a belts for dudes. Take it or leave it. You don't... People are getting ripped off. That's fucking bullshit. Just say that you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to do it.
And that's fine. Or you're just like, I don't see the point in it. Why get on there and shit on somebody's... Like, I'm like... I try to, like, reason with him like this. Like, listen, dude, how would you like it if somebody said... $350 for inside and out window cleaning, it's just soap and fucking water. How would you feel about that, you fucking cunt?
Yes.
I bet that guy's parents are wondering the same thing as to why a pack of condoms costs so much because they don't have that
Right. I'll tell you, I didn't engage with that post until I saw that same dude say it was price gouging, and that lit me up.
Yeah, I got pissed off about that. That's what pissed me off, too. I was just like, listen, man, this thing is literally built by hand for guys who work with their fucking hands, you fucking mook.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it like in just any other industry, right? Like you buy Milwaukee or DeWalt or you do something like that. Like you don't necessarily need that, but you know it's going to last. You know it's going to work when you want to use it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot. It's comfortable. Like
Seth,
there's a lot of selling points.
Seth, you could relate to this. Go buy a pair of Klein wire cutters as an electrician. You're going to spend 5 times than you will even on a pair of Milwaukees.
But if you are responsible, you most likely have that pair of dikes your entire fucking life.
That set of Klein's is going to last you 15, 20 years.
Right.
And he's like, well, it's easy for you to say because he gave you one. That's all right, cool, dude. All right.
It's it's people are perceived value, right? There's some people that can't get it out of their head to spend $350 on something. It's just like when you fly. You know, some people fly basic economy next to the shitter, and some people fly first class. Yeah. We're all going the same place, but I don't shit on the people in first class because they wanted to spend the extra money to be comfortable.
I could see getting on there and being like, man, that's fucking, I would never spend that kind of money on a window cleaning tool. That's all you need to say. Don't get on there and insult the fucking guy and say, well, you're only paying for the name. Oh, yeah, because they're out there fucking just swinging loaded with the dough maker products. Well, it's one fucking guy in his fucking living room, you fucking bitch.
First of all, it's the nature of the window cleaner. There isn't a time that you won't see a post on any of the window cleaning pages where someone goes,
listen, I'm tired of it, though.
I bid this job at $350 and someone came and did it for $225. Like, how dare they? But are you the same guy that when you have to have your carpets cleaned, you're looking for the best price? You idiot! You're full of shit. You know
that there's without question. Yes.
Right.
People are fucking wild. They'll go out and spend $200 on a steak dinner for one night.
Yeah.
And $350 for something that's going to last you years. No one has time for it. I can't stand people that talk like that. Fuck that.
Now listen, I mean, I know that you guys would look and see what I do on YouTube and shit, and that I get things for free to try them out, so it's really easy for me to say that it's $350 and all that shit. I get that, but I'm not a disingenuous person when I tell you that. I mean, it's, my grandfather's had a pair of floor. I mean, he's dead now, but I still have his Florsheim fucking shoes in my closet. There's nothing wrong with him. He had them like for half of his fucking life, like 40 years. Buy, you know what I mean? A nice fucking pair of shoes. And it's just the same way, like, I still have my leather handmade nail apron from when I was a carpenter. There's nothing fucking wrong with it. It's still beautiful and pristine. I paid fucking almost the same amount of money for that 20 fucking years ago. I'd say about $300. You know what I mean? For a nice leather belt.
At this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't blink an eye when a guy, spends that kind of money on, like a pair of shoes or like a flashy fucking watch anymore. But if you spend that on a tool, guys think that you're crazy.
Yeah, dude, obviously, if it wasn't worth the money, you can't even get them.
You can't even get them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I bought in 2019.
Yeah,
it's awesome, but like that took me like.
And I had to backdoor that.
You had to pull some.
I had to be like, yo, not for nothing, but Seth has been fucking like trying to get one of those for like 3 years. Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can do?
You got a bad steak that was like $200, but if the steak is $200 steak and you enjoyed it, like.
Yeah,
let that person
and like, my thing is this: I completely understand where some dudes think that's too much money, and there's some guys that cannot afford that, and I get that too. I'm not, I'm not saying that, but
in those comments, he said it. Yes, it's a BOA, but at the same time, it's kind of a luxury item.
Mm. It is. Yeah, that's true.
If you want to spend the money. Spend the money. It's great.
It's gonna last. It's completely worth.
Don't we though, as window cleaners, say the same thing about customers that try to hire us to do work for them? It's a luxury service. If you don't want to spend it, you don't have to fucking spend it. Either you spend it or you don't. I don't.
That's where I'm with you. That's where I'm with you on this whole thing, Andrew. I could not agree more. That's why I always, when dudes balk at prices on the internet, I'm like, dude, do you have that same energy when somebody says, I'm not paying you that much money to clean my windows or to pressure wash my house? I'm not paying that. I can go to the store and get one myself.
Then go get a shittier version. Go for it. Like, I don't care.
You know what I mean? So.
It's funny, man. It's definitely like
see you later, Cameron. It's nice seeing you, buddy.
Later, man. Thanks for
definitely
stopping
a double standard, man. It's funny. Like, we want people to pay us, but then we don't want to pay for the tools that help us get paid.
And to me, and this is the thing, I'm complete, and I'm cool with you with that sentiment, but I'm also cool with guys that just don't want to spend that money. I'm cool with that too.
You don't have to.
It's called capitalism. You buy what you want.
Yeah.
When you want to buy it.
To get on and just just to get on and shit on a guy and like that just for no reason. I could understand if it was fucking Perry Tate. I could totally understand. Somebody, I'm getting talked back from somebody.
Look, here's one.
Yep, it's you.
Me?
No,
No.
it's Andrew.
No, it's not me.
Yeah, it is. Somebody's got their volume on. Don't be
No.
mad. Because Kool-Aid man up there in the corner. Why do I forget his fucking name all the time?
I can see him
Jacob.
breaking through
Shit.
a wall.
Jacob's got his mic. Yeah, Jacob's
My
got.
volume
Hey,
is so low.
hey, listen. Jacob's got hooked up with the fat new mic with the mute button. He can just hit it like whoop-de-whoop. I hooked him up. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Mark's got
I
a
wanna
mute
say
button.
one thing.
Go ahead, Mark.
TJ,
Go ahead.
you made a great point that we didn't expound enough on.
Okay.
Okay. You said, and I know you're correct because we know what goes into this, that a grackle or a silencer has at least $50 worth of materials in it. Okay, so that grackle is $350 or something, right? Okay.
$349.
Jacob, how much is
Both.
no? Yeah, how much is a plastic bucket on a belt? Give me an
$50. It's like say,
Okay.
At the higher end. At the higher end.
so
stupid.
someone
The
asked
dry
me-
walker.
Okay, the dry walker.
It's about
say
$50.
that's $50. I
Yeah.
can guarantee you, once the mold is made for the injection plastic, that there's not $1 worth of plastic in that. I guarantee it.
Oh, there's no question about that. It's vinyl
Right.
extruded plastic,
Right.
the same way with the
Everybody
Samurai.
knows
And I'm
you
not
spend
shitting on these
No,
plastic
I
buckets
think
on
they're
a belt.
good products. It's just I prefer.
you spend the money on the mold.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
So I'm not shitting on any, and this is my only, like I said, and people are like, dude, this guy is such a hypocrite. Look what he did to Perry Tate. Well, Perry Tate
It's a piece
makes
of
a
shit.
3 cent, well, he's a piece of shit, and he makes a 3 cent fucking water-fed pole brush and sells it for $500.
Right.
He's probably literally in all those brushes. He's probably max got like 2 or 3, maybe $10.
Well, let's just
and I
let me
think
send
that's
you some repair parts and not tell you how to fucking replace anything.
Yeah. Look, I just prefer to buy window cleaning equipment that doesn't come with an eyeglass screwdriver.
yeah.
You know.
And and I think if you buy anything for your business that's either just makes your job more comfortable or you can do it better, who cares how much you spend on it? You know what I mean? It's up to you.
Yes.
Well, again, going back to the podcast interview that TJ did, okay, with Chris, for less than $100, you could be in the window cleaning business for the basic setup. Okay, it's one of the cheapest businesses to get into. And if one tool costs $350, I mean, you spend $2,500 on average plus for a pure water system. You spend $1,500 on average, probably to $2,000 for a water-fed pole. You spend $400 for a brush, okay, and you're not gonna and you're gonna chintz out on something that you use more. I use that.
Well, I don't even
silencer
think
every
it's
day.
I don't even think it's a chintz out thing. And this is my whole problem with the dude's comment and other guys' comments like them is there's no point in shitting on a guy's hustle. You know what I mean? Like just because you know what I'm saying? Like this dude's hustle. He's doing it by hand. It's completely 100% satisfaction guarantee. That I'm not just saying that. That's 100% a legitimate statement I made right there because I know I have a really good relationship with Richie and Casper, and I can tell you I know how they run shit, and everyone knows how Chris Lambrinides and Alex Lambrinides run windowcleaner.com. You know, no matter what, those dudes are going to take care of you. So if you spend $350, you're like, oh man, this thing is not cool. You could turn it in, you know what I mean? If whatever,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not something you gotta have, man. You know what I mean? And you don't have to shit on a guy for trying to make money. He's just doing the same thing that you're doing.
It's annoying. A guy who's trying to innovate stuff for us.
Yeah.
Was a window cleaner and is essentially doing the same thing that we're doing. And we want to like succeed. Like, why wouldn't we want him to succeed? That's the only problem I have with it. It's like, why hate on a guy that's essentially doing the same thing we're doing? You know what I mean? It's just, it's dumb.
Right. Well, there's a difference, okay? We all sell a few things. TJ sells the T-shirts. I sell the towels and whatnot. Okay? If I go get a T-shirt, TJ had a hand in designing that shirt. I go online and I pay for the shirt. And after that, TJ's pretty much washed his hands of it. I sell towels to whoever. Okay? I box them up and send them out or that go through WCR.
It's gonna be what it is.
This is something that someone put hours of labor in to hand stitch, okay, with the sewing machine. You know what I'm saying? And unless you're Betsy fucking Ross, you don't know how to sew these things anyway. So just if you don't like it,
it's not
on.
even. Yeah, that's just it. If you think it's too much money, cool. But to say not having one and be like, it's not worth that fucking much money, you're getting ripped off. How do you know?
Yeah.
You don't know. So just say that you're a fucking hater and you're super jealous. You clean windows $1 a piece, and we'll fucking move on down the road. Everything's cool,
just
man.
keep your fucking mouth shut and fucking scroll.
Right.
Oh, there's that too. There's that too.
Because no one gives a fuck.
That's a fact.
That's true,
Nobody
Jacob.
cares.
I'm sick and tired of these fucking people going in there. I know, and
you're pretty good.
I try to be.
You're pretty good. Yeah, but you're pretty good about not engaging on the internet. So
I try.
It's not like you're an asshole about it.
Well, I'm gonna start to be. I'm gonna start being like fucking old school fucking TJ. Just call him fucking stupid and call him a yum yum. And
well, this right here, I'm gonna put this comment right up on the screen here. And this isn't like hey, let's talk about maker products for an hour. But Jason Lehman is probably one of the hardest on equipment persons I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, he's really hard on his gear.
See this wonderful
he's had that thing for 3+ years now, and everything is still super solid. I still have the original version of the gunslinger, the tip jar, whatever you want to call it. I still have it. The bat face design, the first tip with the... I even send it away to Richie and everything that everybody's got
black
now. The one that goes... No, it's all black. You grab... It's got the flip over and lock for your belt, so you can the quick disconnect. I have the first model ever of that. The idea of that came because of Squeegee, because I fucking hate wearing a fucking tool belt in the wintertime. I'm like, can we just get, I'm already wearing a belt. Why do I have to wear 2 belts? Can we just get the tools to go on your regular belt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he made that happen, and then it turned into a thing. You know what I'm saying? And that fucking thing is it. I could if it wasn't. I mean, if I did nothing but storefront work, that's what I would use, because I could put 2 mops in that fucker and 2 big channels and be right down and not have to go back to the bucket forever.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch the videos of me testing that, I did the small. I did the 12-inch washer and the 18-inch washer, didn't I? I think that's what I did. 2 of them in the same bucket.
If you live below the equator, you can get the Mad Monsoon with the kickstand.
A bunch of stuff for us. Like his washers are phenomenal. His hands
come on,
awesome. Like everything he does is quality.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. It's annoying.
And there's a lot of thought behind it. The thing that I appreciate about it the most, not only is Richie a dear friend of mine, he's
a genuine good dude.
He's a genuine good dude, and I genuinely care for him. You know what I mean? I think about him, I worry about him, just the same way I do Mark and Seth, not you, Jacob. But you guys know what I'm saying. I mean, he's a part of the family.
I'll tell you this.
He's a good dude, man.
TJ, you remember years ago, long before the handy sleeve and Maker's mop covers, I used to take little baby zip ties and zip tie my mop covers underneath, because I didn't like the Velcro one.
Yep,
when I started, it was
there's an episode of the podcast where you bust out your pocket knife and poke holes and show people how you zip tie your washer to your.
Because I like it tight. Okay, I'm still using
the original
18-inch for over 3 years now. I will say this. The Velcro that's exposed, because I don't keep the scrubs on the end,
neither do I,
is starting to wear through after 3
Yeah, because you're scrubbing on the window with it, aren't you?
Right.
Yes, so do I.
Right. Okay.
So, I use the Velcro to scrub. Bug it.
Yeah,
it works good. All right.
Right. But my point is, when you I still use a round 5-gallon bucket. I don't use that smaller square pail that you guys use.
Right.
When you throw, before I used the silencer, I'd throw my mop into the bucket. If it's 2 feet away, I drop it in. Over time, the mop end blows out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have never. If you don't have that with this, it doesn't.
No, I've never had that issue, and to try to like maybe further expound on that, we use rectangular buckets. I use a rectangular bucket because I use longer tools, and in the wintertime, when you're out in the cold, it's nice to be able to throw your mop into something enclosed, because if you leave it out in the wind while you're driving, it's partial into freezing. That's why I switched to a rectangular bucket, if you've wanted to know that. I know you've probably asked me that a million times, but...
Yeah, the only thing with that... Look, if they...
The way they stick out, like I'm saying, you throw that in the back of the truck or, whatever, because normally you don't want that shit in the front of your truck, you know what I mean, in the cab with you. But that's why I use rectangular buckets, so I could put a lid on it and my shit doesn't freeze out.
The thing is, and watch, WCR is probably going to do this next week or tomorrow. If they made... a rectangular bucket that you could put a 22-inch mop in without going catty corner, I'd be more interested in it. Because I understand if I have to dip both sides of my mop and you guys just submerge it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I use an 18 washer. If I could use a 22, I would, but it just won't go in a bucket. So I'm like, I'm not. There is a 24-inch bucket, isn't there?
I don't think so.
A Purdy bucket.
See, I'm a Unger guy. Bucket. I like that green Unger bucket with that rectangular lid. That motherfucker.
I mean, I feel like the rectangular bucket's more meant for residential window.
Well, probably.
I do both. I do both.
And another thing, if you do...
Yeah, I'm a round bucket guy.
I don't like the hooks.
You're a round butt guys with
the hooks. The hooks are...
Wow, dude. Andrew's coming in with the heat.
If you do high-rise work, I've never seen anybody with a rectangular bucket hanging from their chair. Now, there might be guys that do that, but I've never seen that.
Well, that would be way.
Someone in Pro Window Cleaning posted a picture of like a bunch of guys hanging, and they all had rectangular buckets. And I'm like, that's kind of strange.
Let's go with this. We'll just kind of lead with this. Next month, in the month of March, we decided to have
in the month of March.
Yeah, the month of Mark, actually. It's Mark Tanner's March Madness. And everyone knows that Mark cut his teeth in window cleaning as a high-rise guy back in the 1880s.
1870s.
1870s, sorry. So he, you know what I mean? He was on the chair. That's where Mark started at, was like, in window cleaning was chair work. So what we're going to do the entire month of March, okay, you're fucking cool, is we're gonna have nothing but high rise guys on. It's gonna be a whole month of. Can I announce who we're gonna have on, Mark? Are you cool with that? So we're gonna have
high rise.
You can say that because they've all agreed.
We're gonna have Swagga Wagga from TikTok. I don't know his fucking name. Fuck. Follow him on TikTok. But we're gonna have him on. We're gonna have Mike Arosa on.
Mike Draper,
and Jeffrey Scott. We're gonna have on the podcast in March. The whole month of March is dedicated from here on out for the entirety the entirety of this podcast, as long as it shall live. March will always be high rise month now. It's gonna be Mark's high rise month. That's from here on out. So every March it's gonna be dedicated to high rise. Because I feel like, the high-rise guys, are definitely a different breed, so they're all kind of assholes. And but and I think that kind of lends to people not like including them or speaking much about what they do. So they're kind of like they're the Hell's Angels of window cleaners. You know what I mean? We're all bikers, but these guys are the Hell's Angels. You know what I mean? So
I think it's gonna be. As long as I can get them scheduled in a specific order, but I'm going to say this. It's going to be very interesting to those who are not high-rise guys, because we have Jeffrey Scott and Mike Draper. Both. Jeffrey Scott has classes if you want to learn how to do high-rise safely, and Mike Draper owns a company that trains people also in a different way and knows the safety aspect of it. And then we got two high-rise guys.
Two guys that actually do it.
Animal.
Yeah, Mike Arosa is a fucking beast.
Dude, that guy is next level.
Next level.
And I really want to talk to him.
And Swagga Wagga on fucking TikTok. That dude's got millions of views on TikTok. He's in, I'm fairly certain, Nashville area. Memphis. Zane may be able to correct me on that. I think that's where he's from. Yes, Fletch from TikTok. Yes. That's his name, Fletch.
I'm interested in talking
really good. He's a great guy. He's an awesome dude. I'm not really I'm not too really. I could give a shit about his videos, but when he's talking and doing his thing, I just like his attitude. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, if I can get this dude on, this is gonna be cool. And soon as Mark said, hey man, I want to do something for High Rise, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, let me see if I can reach out to this guy on TikTok. I follow on TikTok. You know what I mean? I really like this guy. I think that'd be cool. And he's like, I listen to your guys' show. I totally fucking would love to come on. He goes, you guys fucking kick ass. I'm like, hell yeah. So yeah. So that's cool, man. Same thing with Mike Arosa. I haven't spoken to Mike Draper or Jeffrey Scott. I don't know them. I think I may have spoke to Jeffrey Scott years ago about maybe coming on, and he said something. I think I'd have to go back and look, but yeah, those two dudes, they're just good dudes, and I think those would be really good interviews, and you guys will maybe get a little bit of maybe have a, I mean, if you don't already, even some more respect for these dudes and what they do, because it's, I just seen not too long ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I seen some guy on a scaffold, window cleaner, fucking flailing in the breeze, banging up against a fucking building, you know what I mean? Sketchy shit,
life.
Dude. It's a different life. Yeah.
It's almost the only thing you have in common with them is that you're both swinging squeegees. But other than that, it's a whole nother
it's completely
animal.
Different.
It's a whole other world for sure. I didn't have the best experience. I also worked for a company that sucked. So like every guy who worked there was like an absolute lunatic, and I was like 19 or 20. So I got exposed to like wild aspects of it. But as I got older, I met this guy Santos, who was super good at what he did, took like pride in it. You know what I mean? Wasn't just kind of doing it because he couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like he just loved doing it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if people see like the guy that I learned really how to twist a squeegee from, the dude that showed me like quit doing all that dumb shit, was a High Rise guy.
Yeah.
The 0 degree came from a high rise guy. He's on ropes. He's got windows that dip in. You know what I mean? Everything was done on a pole, and he used the 0 degree and was smoking the glass with it. He goes, that's where I start, you know what I mean? Because I guess sometimes, there's bump outs, you got to go over and under, there's weird shit. Inset windows. So that's where my style came from a dude that did high-rise work, you know what I mean? The kind of the way I do things, I guess I would say.
I didn't know how to use the 0 degree when I did high-rise, but I can tell you this, and it doesn't seem like much, but even a 1 foot bump out, okay, a 1 foot ledge makes it super hard to reach a window, because even with suction cups, because it's constantly, the whole time it's pulling you back to center.
Right.
You understand? So holding yourself,
you're fighting gravity. I know some of you fucking young retards out there think that gravity's not real and the earth is flat. Yeah. Dude, trust me when I tell you. You're fighting gravity the whole time.
It seems to be common on the pro window cleaning page, just the PRO, not professional, where you'll see a picture of a 6-story building and someone will go, I got opportunity to bid this job. And no offense, it's probably a residential guy, because they're always the ones that is in a different world. You understand? They don't do a combination. Like, TJ, you know how to bid a 5-story, 4-story, and you know how to bid a house.
Right.
Well, when a building is unloaded in your lap, then they go, well, maybe I'll just get some rope and some gear and do that. Yeah, well, I think that's probably not a good idea.
I'm going to be honest with you. I know what's possible. And I'm not one of these guys that are like, oh, you can do 5 stories with a water-fed pole. Yeah, maybe if it's not on a city street or something and you could stand out in the fucking road with a 900-foot-long pole and scrub the window, maybe.
Right.
But, I think there's a limit to water-fed pole. Like, a lot of these poles are, I mean, it's cool that they do that, and there's situations like you've run into, Mark, with the helicopter landing where you just you got to do something. I wouldn't normally do it this way, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Like, we got to be honest about that.
Right. Well, I just picked up, I got to say this, the year started out good for me because last year was pretty rough revenue-wise. I just picked up a second hospital that's going to go twice a year.
Cool.
So I bring one of my guys over and I'm like, okay, and it's 6 stories, a lot of ledge work, a lot of water-fed work. There isn't tiebacks engineered, so we have to, I explained to them there's certain things we're not going to be able to do here because I'm not that cowboy anymore. But there is a couple areas with very deep ledges, like 8-foot deep ledge. We're going to frickin' drop onto that ledge. I'm climbing back over in a chair to get to the ledge to get it done. And I'm looking forward to it, okay? But I'm not sitting in a chair. I'm going to get off my chair. I'm going to have my safety on, and I'm going to walk 20 feet of windows and wash them, get back in my chair, go to the next ledge. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to wash off a chair anymore, you know. But
be careful.
Knowing how to do
Mark,
it.
you still hang and stuff?
No.
Well, that's what he was. That's essentially what he's saying. Is he's just like, I'm not. Mark's just not into it anymore.
I'm going to use it for access to get onto ledges on a 6-story job, not 18, 20 stories anymore. That's not for me. But I will tell you this: been doing it so long that I've watched guys start with me that have been with me for 15 years and watch them buy a house, have children, and then one day they look at you and go, "It's not for me anymore." And you got to respect that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guys like Micah Rosa, to me, it's in their blood.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see that guy ever not doing it. You don't see 60-year-old high-rise guys very rarely, but there's a certain individual that's going to continue to do it and continue to be safe and do it to the best of his ability, and you got to respect that, you know?
Right.
So.
It's hard. That's a really super hard job to do when you start second guessing yourself. So I guess that would be the time to stop doing it. It's like, you know what? You know, if you're not on that edge all the time on your game, what's the point in even trying it? You know what I mean? It's not worth it, dude.
I've been in a chair 5 times in my life.
Twice,
and I almost pissed my pants 4 times. And then the 5th time I felt comfortable, but I was like, man, I'm like, how much am I going to make an hour? I was like, I'm good, dude. I'll go to the ground. Like, I was like 35,
wow. I was like 35, 40 feet in the air. I was like, no, I'm good, dude. Like, as high as a fucking ladder would go. That's as high as I was on ladder like this.
The money isn't what it should be. Yeah. Okay, it is. You could make money with it, but don't get me wrong. The money isn't what it should be. For instance, where we are, the average 15-story drop is going to go for $150, okay, per drop. If I gave you some training and a piece of rope and said, I'll give you $150 to climb over that wall, would you do it? Probably not. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's an acquired taste. So I only did it aside, I didn't really think about the money. The money became good for a while, but it was the thrill and the challenge. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And to do something different is what kept me with it. And we had a good 15-year run with not one accident. So
that's a great track record, man. It's
here's a for instance, Seth. I had a high-end condominium that in season we were doing 3 times a month and out of season 1 time a month. Only 5 stories, okay? We lost that one, and I had it for about 10 years. We lost that one during COVID. They got a better price from another company, much larger than mine. And guess what? 2 months ago, the guy was sitting on a wall rigging his shit, and he fell 5 stories, and he's not what he used to be. He survived. But point being, I'm like, look at this. They got a better price from a big company, and now they had someone fall. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like, well, look.
Dude, some owners, man, like I remember the first time they put me in a chair, I didn't even know I was going in the chair that day. They're like, oh, we have this 5-story brownstone with storm windows with sills this deep, and that's the first job they put me on. Yeah. I mean, it took me like 2 hours to do the drop because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to swing in and grab ledges. I'm like, dude, you didn't show me shit.
Here's your rope, here's your harness and chair. Fucking get to it.
Like nobody's showing you how to do it. They're like, you'll just get in.
That's like the hardest part is going over the edge. That's the hardest
part. What, and this will all come up. This will all come up in March. But when I did this, I got trained by a guy that had 40 years experience, and I lived by his Bible. I wish there was a Jeffrey Scott or a Michael Draper at the time when I started, but there wasn't at the time. But my point is this. When I went into business for myself, I went back to work for my old boss part-time to help him out. And I got to a building that was 18, 19 stories. I drive by it all the time, okay? And it has a barrel tile roof, a barrel tile roof that, it's a peaked roof. There's no way to drop off of that because there's no center with tiebacks or anything. So we literally were dropping out of the 17th floor windows, okay, with counterweights and everything we could we could do. I went back to work for the guy a couple afternoons a month to get this job done. And when I showed up, I shit you not, his crew was literally tying to doorknobs. I'm not lying to you. Commercial doorknobs, don't get me wrong, but is there a difference between a commercial doorknob and a residential doorknob?
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying? And I'm like,
if you don't care, just say so. You don't have to do all that.
My brother-in-law, okay, at the time, it was in the early 90s. He said, I'll give you $200 for every afternoon you come out, even if you only work 3 or 4 hours. Okay. I brought my brother-in-law, Dale. We went and we started doing drops. And Dale comes to me and he's like, you seen what these guys are doing? I go, what do you mean? Look at this. They're tied to doorknobs. One guy had a 2x4 between the threshold with his rope tied on it. Okay. I go, we get down, we roll up our gear. I go back to the office where the guy who I used to work for many years, and I said, how do you live with yourself? And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, you got guys tying to doorknobs. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I go, how do you sleep? How do you not hear? The building is like literally 10 minutes from his shop. Yeah. I'm like, how do you not hear a siren, a fire engine, a police car, an ambulance, wondering if that's one of your guys dead? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
No.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 2 2x4 screwed together, you'd be all right. You know what I mean?
4x4 maybe.
Maybe like a 4x4, like something. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot smarter.
I've watched people tie off to stairwells and stuff like that, where like buildings don't have any.
I've seen dudes do that too, but I also see guys when they tie off like that, they're like fucking winding around something, around, like 3 or 4 times around this vent or some shit like that. You know what I mean? No. Like I've seen Randy do some questionable shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, dude, what are you doing, man?
When I started, my boss had what they call elevator weights. Elevator weights are 50-pound weights with a loop welded onto them, and they test an elevator with it. Okay, and he got his hands on about 500 pounds of that. And he'd look at me and be like, okay, you're, at the time, 175, take 200 pounds of weight, you take 200 pounds of weight, and we literally used to bunch them together, tie through all the handles, and you'd climb over the wall, and 3 of the 4 would raise up. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally not touching the roof anymore, and you're relying on that one. And he used to say, the friction of the rope going over the building is where, and if you stop fast, you could literally feel the weights go up.
Fuck that, dude. Yeah. No way, dude.
Yep. I've seen guys the old school roller weights.
Yep.
Like the weights that people put on rollers, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yo, dude. That's not another breed. That's a fucking retard.
Well, that's the way it was when we started, but then they came out with the 4-to-1, okay? Meaning if you weigh 200 pounds, you have to have 800 pounds of counterweight. Mm-hmm. Now, if you go to a building, right, and say, I'm going to put 800 pounds of weight in a 2-foot square section of your roof, like a membrane roof, you're not getting out of there without replacing some roof material. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all marred and shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Boston, like, I mean, when I was helping out, like, after I was like, I'm not getting on the chair anymore for you guys because you don't know what you're doing, but I, bring ropes up for guys, bring stuff, like drive around. And some of the stuff those guys would do, it was just like, it was 2003 or 4, so there were like barely any anchor systems on all these old old buildings.
Yeah.
So they just tied off. I remember one guy was like trying to tie off to like a satellite dish that was just like screwed into the roof.
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
Dude, you can't do that.
But so Seth, you can relate to this. You know what it is to carry
it's fucking
600-foot pieces of rope and weights. And
I remember just doing mid-rise, and they wouldn't let us in the roof, and you'd have to pull all the weights up from the ground.
Yeah,
I was trying not to bang it into the glass.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you do something, if you do something a bunch, you start to become complacent a little bit.
That's when you get
so comfortable with what you do. Like the other day, I got called to do a house, which has nothing to do with high rise or being not safe or any of that shit, but. But it is about complacency. I get out to do this house, and I'm so used to, like everything just being the way that it always is, that I didn't realize that I drove all the way out to this house without my fucking ladder on my truck.
Uh-huh.
And it's in the middle of winter. It's not like I'm going to water-fed pole this joint. I took my ladder off to go, because I was like, I'm going to be driving for fucking 2 hours round trip. I don't want to hear that fucking thing whistling. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so I took it off and put it in the shop, and I was like, well, I will, put it back on. And I didn't put it back on, and I'm so complacent. I went all the way out fucking 20 minutes one way to this house, and I'm like, I don't have a fucking ladder on my truck. So I'm out there with a pole, stubborn as shit, doing everything with my 22-foot my little sim pole, my sim shorty. I did the whole house with a sim shorty, like a straight fucking Mama Luke out there, like a fucking straight idiot. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
we all do dumb stuff.
Andrew, but what I'm saying, like, it's complacency. You got to watch out for that.
Oh, dumb shit that I've done?
Well, no, the thing. So Andrew came and worked for me when maybe 2008, 2009, and we were doing brownstones from the inside. Okay. And we must have been 6 stories up in the brownstone, and I'm pulling the storms, and the windows sashes move up and down, so you just cleaned them. There was an alleyway they couldn't get to because of I can't remember why they couldn't do it. So I'm like, Andrew, just shuffle the windows. Well, I look out the window. Andrew's standing on the ledge outside, just cleaning it, bending down, and then going to each ledge. So I'm like trying not to freak out. As soon as he came in, I'm like, dude, don't do that. He's like,
walking ledge to ledge. Like,
just 6 stories up. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Using easy off to get fucking oxidation off the fucking ground.
Metal screen.
Fumes in my face. I'm like,
listen, dude.
I'm not going to pass out.
That fucking Randy dude I worked with fucking walked out on a fucking, I don't know, I want to say, like, you got wrought iron fucking big buildings usually have, like, I would say maybe 16, 18-inch bars that run through. There's like maybe usually, depending on the height, like 3-4 rows of, horizontal bars that run around that the siding, whatever is screwed to. This dude walks out 40 plus feet, maybe more. It was probably about 50 foot. The stairway is onto a water slide. So they got those giant platforms. Yeah. 50 fucking some odd feet in the air. This dude just hops over the ledge, walks down that 16-inch beam, and cleaned the window. And me and John are down on the ground just looking up at him like, what in the... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before we even knew what was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, John fucking cussed him out. I cussed him out too. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're just out here making some money at night. Your goofy, skinny ass falls off that ledge. How am I going to go home and tell your wife, who I had to come pick your ass up to do this?
Right.
I got to go home and tell that bitch, well, this dude is splattered all over the fucking place. Sorry. Right. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro?
I'm that guy. So.
Dude, no,
whenever
dude.
I used to do commercial buildings, I would do that. Not tied off or anything. No. Climb on the backside, the opposite side of the safety rails and skirt to another.
Yeah, it's not cool, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't do this shit now.
I would never do that now. Looking back,
I wouldn't do it now.
Idiot! Like, what are you doing?
Back then,
would be like the amount of OSHA violations or your death.
Yeah. Right. Well, I've done some weird shit in like roof trusses and shit. You know what I mean? There's things you got to do. Framing a house that you there's just certain things you got to do. You know what I mean? Like there's no way around it. Same way if you're a structural steel worker, there's just some shit you got to do. It's dangerous. High rise guys, there's just some shit you got to do this job. So you might as well be super safe while doing it.
Yeah.
And not a retard.
Nothing is worth.
Nothing is worth. There's no amount of money in the world worth like per hour to like not go home and spend it.
Dude, I would do that for it would be like just fucking ripped ass. Is that Mark's open asshole? Who's roll out ass?
His hands disappeared, so he spread his butt cheeks open.
Right here.
He just farted again. That was a pressure fart. A little snap there, wasn't it? Did you do an extra snap? Yeah. I thought I heard an extra snap while you were laughing.
Well, you notice the ones I said, you always have that last little. It's like dotting the quotation mark. You know what I mean?
It's like an enunciation mark. You know what I mean?
Right.
Farte.
When did TJ buy geese?
Yeah. The worst ones are when I start laughing in the middle of it. I'm like trying to keep it nice and steady, keep the right tone.
Well, you can tell when you're laughing because they're like,
like little pops, like popcorn pops.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking sad that fucking I know what's happening while you're recording. I'm fucking like 3 years old, bro. Like, I know there's not one dude, except for maybe Andrew, but every one of the 4 of us, you know, like, you don't even have to fucking hear it, and you know whose ass it is, man.
My wife will listen to Voxer and go, oh, Mark send you a fart? I'm like, yeah, or is that TJ? Yeah, you guys could fart at my house and she'd know who did it. So
yeah, Jennifer she every time either she hears Mark's fart or sees me fucking like go like this. She knows.
No, I get in trouble because after I send them, I immediately listen to them.
You gotta check and make sure.
Yeah, you gotta make sure.
I want to make sure I got a good recording here. Right?
Worse is what I used to. Do you remember Voxer before would just play if you had the app open?
Yeah.
Like, even if you're in bed? I'd be sleeping in the middle of the night and TJ would be up at 2 in the morning. I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Listen, there's no limits, dude. If I wake up in the middle of the night with some gas, Voxer's coming on, baby. You know what I mean? It's not, hey, listen, it's not that I'm awake, bro. It's just the fact that I am so dedicated that even at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm recording a fart and sending it to Mark. Like, that's what's happening, bro.
Yeah. There's nothing like being
that's
in a
the
deep
level.
You guys should take magnesium for a week.
That's the dedication. That's the level. The dedication.
Right.
Yeah,
nothing like being in a deep sleep and then hear dee.
Sometimes when you used to leave the app open, you didn't even have to click on it. It would just play like
Swagga wagga.
There he is too, man. Like, hey, I've been trying to figure out your name. Somebody said it was Fletch. I don't even know your name, but this will be one of our guests. He'll be actually the first guest the first week of March.
Oh, sick.
So if you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed to his channel, Squagga Wagga right there, make sure you go and subscribe to his YouTube channel, and especially hit up his TikTok. He's got a great TikTok. That's where I am familiar with him with. But yeah, our whole month of High Rise is going to be started off with him. So that'll be March. The first week of March. The Ides of Mark. It's going to be a from here on out celebration of all things High Rise every March because of Mark. It's so close to. It's got to be Mark's March Madness. It has to be.
It works too well.
It just works too well for. And not only that, Mark's a former High Rise guy, and he's still got dudes that do it underneath him. So he's actually doing a little bit. Doing a little bit of chair work. It's not what you used to be doing, but
nope.
But
not
still,
that I never do chair work again, but Jeffrey Scott's class
Diego,
makes me just want to take the class.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be honest with you. I don't even. It doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't play a role into anything that I do. And if I was, and I've gotten calls where there's things I'm just like a guy in a chair needs to be doing this. I do not. Not for one fucking second ever put myself in a position where I'm going to be like, hey man, I'm going to do this fucking high-rise building. I just like, you know what? I'm not the guy for this. There's guys like Fletcher.
I point them in the right direction, and then let the company know that I recommended. Hey, something might come.
I do the same thing.
We have a shit ton of high-rises here, and I think I've had 2 hotels call me. And I think I've told Mark about it, but Mark doesn't want to come up here.
Well, so see, and that's I'll tell you a thing.
Which I don't believe.
I will send it to you, Mark.
Okay, cool.
I'll send it to you, but I just it's like there's a couple buildings that I do that are like fucking or I want to do, but like they need a high rise guy to do the tops, and they like call me to do the bottoms. Like, hey, do you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And then they'll call me back, and they'll be like, well, can you do this too? And I'm like, no. I was like, you might as well just go with one guy. You know what I mean? Unless they don't want to do a monthly on the ground fucking cleaning, that's cool. But it's not. Yeah, it's not where you might as well just have another feller do that. You know what I mean? And they're like, they understand. But it's just better.
Get a 90-foot destroyer.
It doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Like if there was no other possible way to do it.
Yeah. Diego wants to know where you live.
I'm in the Northwest Florida.
Northwest Florida.
Alabama, essentially.
He's essentially fucking Georgia.
Lower Alabama.
Yeah. Lower
like
Alabama.
Jacksonville.
Panama City, Florida.
Jeremy Pummel said he'll do the tops for you, sweet sugar bear. That's what we got to start calling Jacob, a sugar bear.
A sugar bear?
Yeah, doesn't he look like a sugar bear to you? I feel like we should do a what do you want to call it? What do we call that thing we do with Jacob?
Tool time.
Tool time with Jacob. Are you prepared, Jacob?
Are
you prepared?
Yeah, tool time, Jacob.
Kind of, sort of.
I mean, listen, I don't want to put you on the spot. You know what? We're not going to do one this week. He's only had a month to do it. I'm no pressure. Maybe next week we'll be able to get to one. You know what I mean? It's cool.
No,
Jacob was like,
ahead.
you know what? Listen, I don't want to.
No, man, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Of course.
I don't want to put you in any undue pressure or stress. So
I got it ready about an hour before I got on. So.
Hey man, listen, I appreciate the just the little bit of effort you threw in there. I appreciate it. So I love you. So we're gonna play Jacob's little thingy here. It's gonna be cool.
Deeper grooved back of channel, perfect for fitting the Sorbo Cobra Flipper.
Hey, you just did that whole thing with no sound.
What the fuck?
I realized it, yeah, it's in the chat.
Yeah, it just dropped sound. I have no idea. Hopefully it's back. Go ahead,
What
Jacob.
the
Start
fuck?
again. Start again, Jacob. Start again, Jacob. Hey, bro, listen. YouTube, man. What do you want from me?
Are you saying it's my fault?
No, it's YouTube, man.
okay.
It's YouTube, man.
You were rusty, dog.
It's YouTube, man. I'm sorry, dudes.
YouTube. Yeah, of course. This shit happens whenever it's my turn to talk. Finally,
I don't know.
it happens.
Wait. Wait. We'll wait for it to chat to catch up, and once they say they can hear us again, then you'll start again. Okay? I don't know.
I don't have it up. So I have what I'm going to say up.
Oh, you don't?
All right, I think you're good.
Is that it? Man, dude, what is going on?
I can hear him now.
Dude, I fucking hate YouTube, man.
Not
You know
great.
what that is? You know what that is? I bet you that music is someone's probably got a copyright on that music or something.
You know what's that other app we've talked about? I was watching a video. I think I was actually watching the one-on-one with Chris.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll talk about that afterwards. All right, now let's back to Tool Time with Jacob. Since I was rudely interrupted by YouTube, go fuck yourself. Let's see. For all the people who are fans of the Sorbo Cobra Flipper, but do not like the Cobra channel, they have a new channel for you. It is called the Q Cobra channel, 40 degree.
Okay.
Now, what this essentially is just a Quicksilver channel with a deeper grooved back, perfect for fitting the Sorbo Cobra Flipper.
Oh, okay.
So this comes available in 4 separate sizes. You got a 14, an 18, 22, and 24 for all those guys that like more longer, stiff channels. Let's see. No.
I'm afraid to play the music, man, because if I play the music and we finish it, we're probably going to go for 20 minutes without fucking audio.
Well,
but I feel
I'm
like you
not done
have
yet.
to. Okay, but I'm just saying. I just want to get that out, you twat.
It's lightweight and it's durable. And if this is something you're interested in, what you need to do is you go to squeegeelife.com.
Don't do that anymore because it doesn't work. But yeah, actually, you can click through. Go to our page. Go ahead, Jacob. I'm sorry. It's going to be changing. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, for right now, until told otherwise, you go to squeegeelife.com. Click the WCR banner. It will revert you to windowcleaner.com. And go check out the Sorbo Q Cobra channel.
Thank you, Jacob.
Pick you one up.
That was Tool Time with Jacob. Sorry, dude, I don't understand. We got to play your.
I think that intro needs to be changed to the Kool-Aid Man busting through a wall.
That would be cool, but have the jug and not the Kool-Aid Man face. Have my face like inside this thing.
We can do that.
Yeah, Mr. Awesome Guy. Yes, Sorbo didn't make a new pole. They just he must have found like a whole bunch of old aluminum poles in a warehouse. It's like, let's sell these things off.
Monster pole.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand that.
I had my hands on that thing. Not a fan. I don't understand why he's not doing a carbon fiber, but.
Well, he's not. You know what? Listen. The guy is like the
yes,
OG.
I'm definitely a grower, not a shower.
He's like the OG. I mean, he's definitely the godfather. We'll give him that. He's the godfather of the Sorbo channel. I mean, as far as shit goes, I mean, like, as far as innovations go, like, you know, what was it before this? It was, like, basically Mr. Edderay's design, you know what I mean? That's what everyone was, you know, and then he came out with this thing, you know what I mean?
A wide body, yeah.
A wide body, so you got to tip the hat to him for that, you know what I mean? So he's probably, you know,
there's still plenty of guys who use aluminum poles, I'm imagining.
Yeah, yeah. He's just an older school guy, I think, maybe.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Jason Lehman does not say what rubber comes in that channel. Hold on, let me just double check.
Well, I can tell you the type of rubber that comes with it, and it's silicone rubber because it's coming from
It's probably silicone.
Yeah, he doesn't put top dollar rubbers in his
anymore.
Never.
I'll be fine.
Whenever I bought the
I don't know, maybe way back in the day.
Fucking angle one, the one I can't remember, the Viper.
Yeah.
He put the fucking his firm, like the angled rubber in there, and it was firm.
Oh, okay.
I like that rubber, but like it wasn't silicone either. It was natural.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that.
But back to what I
usually
was
instantly
before.
rip the rubber out. But go ahead, Jacob. Sorry.
I was watching your one-on-one interview with Chris,
Uh-huh.
and by the way, there's they play ads in your videos now. I don't know if you knew
Oh, they
that.
do?
Yes. And then oddly enough, it was weird because it was on YouTube.
Hmm.
There was a sponsored ad for Rumble on YouTube.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
I would love to. YouTube is such a shit box, man, but that's where everyone's at. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to be like, let's go here. It's super hard to, I mean, especially as finite as our audience is already because of the industry that we're in and the shit that we talk about, to go to somewhere like Rumble. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Yeah.
I feel bad asking dudes
let me
to
ask you
fucking.
something, T, while it came up in conversation with
Yeah.
Jacob. Have you tried, for lack of a better term, the Sorbo's flippity doodah?
Yes.
And
No, not a fan, dude. Like, I'm just not a. Listen, I'm not a fan of flippity doodahs. You know what I mean? I'm not a flippity doodah type of guy. I don't like the washer squeegee combo thing together stuff. I'm just not a fan. I know Edderay's got that bag flippy deal do that everybody's been using for these fucking two goofballs had a whole channel dedicated to be backflip boys. Wonder why they didn't take off. Anyways,
it's so good I want to drop my pants.
I mean, if you want the real reason why we didn't take off, we can talk about it.
No, let's not. No, I don't want to talk about it.
It definitely doesn't fucking involve me.
Yes. But
I'm glad we agree.
I'm just not a fan, dude. I'm not a fan. I never. I mean, maybe it's cool for shit that you have to be doing the shit almost weekly for it to even make sense using, because and I still like my Wendy's and shit like that I do every week. You guys see me do a lot of filming on those because it's going to be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? As far as that goes, there's lots of shit I don't like to share, but even those, I do those once a week, and it just, I don't see the point in it. I just like a regular old washer, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to go like this 1,000 fucking times, you know what I mean? To get a window wet, I don't care.
Stuff it down in your silencer or whatever, and it's not cooperating, and like I said, it doesn't hold a lot of water.
Your silencer.
I've never used a flippity. that, like, oh, I did one time. I hated it. I'm like, I don't want to use this thing. Seems unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for every tool. I'm not saying that I have not used one. I have used one in the past. I've even used Ed-Array backflips before they had a flick. If I had a choice between the two, I'd probably use the flick. But that's just me. It's not a brand thing or anything like that. It was just so fucking heavy, man. It's just like, got this thing hanging off my 24-foot aluminum fucking Unger pole. It's fucking rainbow. Look like like I got a 40-pound carp on the end of the fucking pole. Like, what the fuck am I doing with this? They're like, help me make it make sense. And then I always get up to the top, and I have to have the washer super wet because the top, like 3 feet of this fucking window is going to be total dog shit. You're going to have to scrub off. And then you flip it over to clean it, and then there's dirty water fucking dripping on. It's just because the window, the wind blows up.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Who wants to use that?
Who wants to fuck that?
Well,
Am I the only one that hates wind? Like, you're cleaning a window, and I know probably a bunch of guys are like, you know what I'm talking about. You're doing a big piece of glass, and the wind blows, and it fucking blows everything back up on the glass.
Yeah.
How irritating is that? How fucking irritating is that? I want to kill myself.
I don't know. I'd leave it.
People are like, why aren't you doing windows today? Because it's fucking windy and that shit irritates me. You know what I mean? Like, if it's too windy, I'm not cleaning windows today. I'll clean the windows in the rain, the cold, the extreme heat, but if it's fucking windy, don't call me. I'm not trying to fucking dick with that. I got the window cleaned once and now there's shit blown all over it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that was too much, but I'm super angry about that. That makes me so angry.
So, like, you ever forget which way the wind's blowing because you're an idiot, and then you close out in the direction of it, and then the whole thing is
all the way down, like a whole row of windows, like 6 windows.
It's like pushing into the wind. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, I know Squeegee, Fletcher, you're not a big fan. He says most high-rise guys are not a fan of the wind. Yeah, I mean...
No, there's nothing worse than getting halfway down a building and looking up and seeing exactly what you're saying. Trash everything you just did.
Yeah, dude.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
that too, and blowing around in that wind's got to be awful, man. You know what I mean? The more you get,
yeah, that would terrify me.
Well, we have a building called Clear Lake, and it's 25 stories, all mirrored glass, curtain wall glass, no frames, and the corners. We did some work on the job, and it's just way too big of an account for my company, even in its prime. But the company that does it now put a rookie guy on one of the edges. So if you're a rookie guy, everyone who does high rise and Swagga Wagga will confirm this.
Fletcher.
You don't put the you don't put the rookie guy on the edge with the wind whipping around. Well, this guy got about 15 stories down and the wind grabbed him. One guy goes, I'm getting down, it's too windy. He decided he wanted to finish his drop. When the other guy hit the ground, the wind grabbed him, pulled him about 15 feet away from the building, spun him, because you have no control. Once this happens, you're going to spin. And he swung around the other side of the building, okay, a complete different exposure, and went backwards right through a window into a lawyer's office. He got like 75 stitches, okay, and then the attorney sued him because he damaged stuff in the suite. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that because we did the board up. We worked with the glass installer to put the plywood on. While they ordered the window, and corners you got to watch, especially in where I am. If you're near the beach, the wind can pick up 15 miles an hour like this.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
Does not sound fun.
Fuck that, dude. I'll leave that for Fletcher there, and fucking Mike Rosa. Leave that to those guys.
Right.
I'm good. You guys handle that. I know the perfect guy. That picture, that silhouette, that advertisement, that's Mike Rosa. Like, fucking, I don't know how far away from the building he is right there, but I'm just like, I see him do some shit, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, man. It makes my butthole. You see somebody skin their knee in your asshole, like it puckers a little bit. You know what I mean? That's every time I see somebody do some shit like that, my butt puckers. I'm like, oh God.
There's a video.
My asshole can suck buttermilk.
Yeah.
There's a video of Mike Aroso. He has 25 to 30 stories up, standing on a glass dome, and it looks like one guy's got a garden hose pumping water, and he's scrubbing with a mop, and he's dancing, and it goes like this, and he's on the edge, leaning back, holding his pole and his mop, and one guy's rinsing and he's scrubbing, and
It's
I'm like, that
complete
dude's an animal.
trust in his equipment. No, like his rigging, he's a complete.
Everything.
He's I think that says more. I mean, it does say, like you said before, you got to be on. That's a different kind of guy.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to be on fucking point. Like Fletcher's that kind of guy too. Once you see his TikToks, you'll see what I'm saying, Mark.
Yeah.
He just, he's about his business.
His casual conversations with the guy he works with.
Yeah.
I find it super entertaining.
Yeah. The casual concept, the conversations, and I'm sure every guy does it, but it just how casual and like that shit is and they're on the side. Like I would never, in a million fucking years, do what this dude's doing, and the fact that he's like. Him and his buddy are fucking cutting it up. I'm just like, man, dude, like, all I would be focused on is don't drop shit. Don't drop shit.
Yeah.
Don't drop shit. Don't fall. You know what I mean? The whole don't drop shit, like, that's got to be paramount in your head, right? You got to be like, man, I cannot drop this fucking brush. You know what I mean? Because he's using a horsehair's brush and, so, I mean, I just, again...
Dude, it's scary when you drop shit. Like, I used to do once a month Logan Airport's tower. Now you're up on a flat roof, but it can be 50-mile-an-hour winds. Well, I moved with the pole to clean one area, and it just sent my mop off, and I'm like, oh, it's going to crash on the ground. Well, it landed on this skywalk, so I had no other mop with me. I had to get clearance to get up into, like, the tower. I'm just like, oh, shit, what am I going to do? I don't have anything. I brought literally all I needed up there, but it's, like, it's super dangerous. Like, there was a little roadway that led to departures from there. Like, I could have, if it didn't hit the skywalk, it was hitting somebody.
I had something similar, but it was there's a huge train yard here, and they called me to come in. They have an actual control tower as well, believe it or not, in a train yard. The big switching station. It's fucking humongous. But it's this thing. I mean, super high. I could have totally have gotten it, with a couple extensions and a water fed pole. It's really all they were looking for. You know what I mean? It's like 50, 60 foot in the air. I could have easily gotten them. They weren't like looking for perfect. They're just like, can you get the bird shit off of here for us? But it was just so sketchy. The setup. I was just like, no, dude, I can't. Need to call somebody else for this one because I'm gonna end up fucking something up. You know what I mean? This needs someone else doing it. Like the pole thing. That's what makes me think about it. Cause I'm gonna end up fucking dropping something and fucking something up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oops.
That's what happened.
Yeah. God damn it.
It only happened once. Though, so after that, I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm cool on it. Maybe in TJ in his 20s would do shit like that and not think twice. But now I'm like,
if you would have got with me about 20 years ago, I'd probably do that shit.
Yeah, I'm just, an idiot. Back then, I was an idiot. Who wasn't an idiot when they were young?
I have a screenshot of a photo of you saying you're a fucking idiot. So it's true.
What's up, Mario? When you gonna get a hold of me about that shit? I'm trying to get a 101 with Mario Chavez. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Yeah, trying to. We're gonna. Hopefully, we can make it happen.
Nice.
You'll make it happen.
If there was anybody to go first on this podcast, that's on here every week, by the way, not Andrew. Andrew's not counting. But if there's like anybody is there anybody still watching this? Yeah, there's like 20 people. We actually had like 35, 36 people watching at one point. And then the fucking audio went to shit right in the middle of that, which is crazy. But anyways, if anybody had a pick of which guy on the show would you want a one-on-one with? I mean, everybody's going to get one, but eventually. But if you could pick anyone first, who would your first pick be out of Jacob? What would be cool is if I could do a Squeegee one-on-one with Squeegee. How cool would that be?
Yeah, right. With the Joe Rogan deep fakes that they do, where they talk.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny.
If you could pick any guy on the podcast to have a one-on-one interview with Squeegee, which guy would you want to go first? And everybody that's watching, who would your pick be for first pick? Who's first round? Say? No, because you guys are on the show. And
Andrew, who's your first pick?
Oh, I don't count.
Well, pick one.
Pick one, Sugar Bear.
Oh, who do I get to pick? Like one
between
interview?
all three of us. You're picking
Jacob, Seth,
Jacob.
Mark. Jacob. All right, so we're going to talk about cheeseburgers a lot on there.
Cheeseburgers and
I mean, me and Jacob look at me and Jacob. Me and Jacob we like Hardee's.
Cheeseburgers.
How much do you like Hardee's?
You like how hard these nuts hit you on the chin.
You only using that because fucking what's that fucking emo dude?
Yum.
Who's that emo guy? James Riley said it in the comments.
Tonight
will be the night. Fall for you over again. I'm gonna go cut myself.
Spencer's Gifts.
Spencer's Gifts. I'm gonna start calling him Spencer's. Spencer's
selling
Gifts.
dildos to housewives.
The product that sells itself.
Fuck. I just made my dogs bark. They thought somebody just came in the house.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm. Hopefully, I can get that with Mario. I can get that done. I'm supposed to hear something from Luke, but
that would be another good one.
He's not done. I've already reached out to him and he's down for it. He hasn't got back with me on a date. So
do you see Mario said Tuesday 100%?
This Tuesday 100%, huh? Tuesday 100%. So guys, fucking be on the lookout, man. The next episode of Squeegee 1-on-1 is going to be with Mario. We're going to talk about burritos, boxing, burritos, and nachos. It's going to be great.
Hey, man, you realize
what?
He's not Mexican.
I know he's not. That's the whole fucking joke, you fucking moron.
I think he knows Mario at this point.
Mario's good entertainment.
I don't fucking like Jacob anymore. Jacob, I just liked you. And now you're making me not like you.
Becoming unlovable.
Yeah, I just gave you the best nickname ever. We're gonna call you Sugar Bear. And now you're making me not like you anymore. I don't understand. I thought we were buddies, dude. What happened? What happened in between? Like, what happened between Christmas and you forgot what sarcasm is now? What happened, bro?
I drank too much Kool-Aid.
Okay.
All the Kool-Aid?
Which flavor? All right, you know what? I like you again. Jacob.
Tropical punch.
Because you drink Kool-Aid. That's why I like you again. I'm gonna tell you this, man. The 101s was Chris's idea. I did the Casper 1-on-1 was more out of not necessity, but like there were some things being said I felt like on social media about Casper and his rubber that I felt like, it's not really fair. If you met
people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because if you met Casper in person, you know how genuine of a dude he is, and like literally he does not fucking have to do this. Like he literally does not have to do this. You know what I mean? He didn't have to get into this industry. He just liked the community. He liked the idea. He's like, man, this is something I feel like I can improve on. So, I was like, let's do an interview about that because he's a good dude.
Job.
He's doing a great job, man. He listens. He's a manufacturer of one of the things that are the most finite in our industry, and that next to soap is squeegee rubber. You know what I mean? You're buying that. You know what I mean? And he's like listening to people. So it's like, why be a dick because of what? You know what I mean?
Just because you don't like his rubber? Or
Yeah, why be a dick? So I was like, let's do a 1-on-1. And then that, Chris watched it, he's like, man, you ought to do like more of those. I'm like, all right, man, we'll see. I was like, if I do that, then you got to come on one.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And we both came on it. It was great.
I think it's your calling, dude.
You both came?
Yes, we both came.
You're a good interviewer. I think you should do more of them, not outside the box, but, even some of these guys in the chat that constantly show up. Just a one-on-one interview. Yeah. Doesn't even have to be about window cleaning, just about the person,
Yeah, well, that's what I kind of like with the Steve-O and the Jacob, the Chris thing and all that. I just kind of, Mario, just kind of like, get to know a dude that, that's been on the show multiple times, and there's probably things that we don't cover, or like people don't want to search through an entire podcast to find. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like then they could just go to a one-on-one with this dude and like, oh, this is like an hour of just this dude and this dude bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I enjoy this format way more. I enjoy talking to you guys. I feel like this podcast is just something I like to do, but I feel like the one-on-one stuff is cool too. Just as far as industry goes, because I feel like there's things that that dudes like. There are guys in this industry. You guys see guys on social media, YouTube, TikTok, shit like that, and you're like, this is a cool dude. Maybe they have something they can relate to, you know what I mean? And there's questions they'd want to know, or maybe that guy helped them out and they just want to know more about him, whatever. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, it's like a tool for dudes, to get to know people, you know what I mean? And people that do, like, how work, like Chris starting essentially windowcleaner.com with $100 worth of fucking window cleaning tools.
Right.
Like, literally. A borrowed ladder and $90 worth of window cleaning tools is turned into a podcast sponsor. You know what I mean? Like, just wrap your fucking head around that.
Story's nuts. I remember going on his forum in like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, dude, it's so
You know what
crazy.
I mean? Just the basic forum. And they answered a ton of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to see like his evolution into what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Fletcher. I'm the same way. I just love the conversations that we have and the laughs. But, like I said, not those one-on-one interviews are not going to be something like, there are probably will be dudes that'll probably listen to everyone, but that's more or less, you could like pick a guy and, you know what I mean? It's like something like, Steve-O, there's probably some things that Steve-O talked about on there that you're never going to hear him
say anywhere else.
It's kind of like, a guy letting his guard down a little bit with me for a minute. I think that's fun. You know what I mean? I think it's cool. You ask questions, find out things about, this dude that you would not normally know. You know what I mean? Kind of like the guy behind the thing.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, kind of, yeah. This thing.
So who would you have interview you if you got to pick who interviewed you, TJ?
I would say Mark, but me and Mark could not get through. If Mark was in charge of an interview, we wouldn't be able to get through it. Because it would be fucking, he would be razzing me for something, or we'd be talking about fucking farts or like shit.
His one question would be, if there was 1,000 dicks in the wall, how many would you choke up?
Yeah. Me and Mark have a hard time being super serious. I mean, we have our serious moments. There are, like life happens, so we're bros in that way. But most of the time, me and Mark are lighthearted dudes. We're talking about we're talking about Tucker eating ice pops, or like I'm doing this barbecue. You know what I mean? Me and Mark don't really talk about window cleaning unless it's fucking like this guy is a fucking retard, and then we're like, you see this fucking asshole, and we're like, haha, this guy's an asshole. You know what I mean? Like,
well, like even the time we spent together when I came and worked with you, all we did was laugh the whole time.
The entire time.
Yeah,
there was not a serious moment involved.
Ketchup and onions, Jimmy.
Mark not being fun. You know what I mean? Like, Mark seems to be like, would be someone fun to work with for a day.
Oh, it was. I enjoyed myself. He's slower than I am, but I enjoyed working with him.
Guys like to work with me because my dad would say, your problem is you become friends with these guys. I go, but who wants to work for an asshole?
My favorite part about working with Mark is Mark reaching over his head to clean something and his butt crack's hanging out and he's fucking keeps pulling his fucking shirt because he's so short. It's kind of funny to see Mark actually in action, like do his thing. It's fucking hilarious. It was
actually like not his element.
I cut, like, we were polishing that glass and it was like 99% Mark's ass crack. I just stayed on it like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Like, I made sure every frame that we shot was Mark's ass crack, and then him cleaning the glass. Like, dude, I'd frame Mark's ass crack and then find the polisher.
Anytime he stepped on something to reach,
where are you going to see this footage?
A box or whatever he was on.
Dude, you want to hear something?
I don't know. I have the footage. It's just,
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, at my brother, this is completely off topic, but it was fucking.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of something that you just said reminded me. My brother's wedding. Okay, my brother comes to me and he goes, "Hey, my mother-in-law has this camcorder. You want to record certain aspects of it? Do whatever you want." And I'm like, "Okay." So
that's a bad idea.
His mother-in-law gets up to give a toast, and I'm filming it, right? And then all of a sudden I notice this stringy piece of saliva between her lips, like connecting, and it wouldn't break, you know? So I fucking zoom in as far as the whole film. You want to see the video? All of a sudden you see the camera go, whoa, and then you see like Squidward's mouth with a piece of... My brother's like, "You're such an ass."
Dude, you're such a child, man. Like the shit that Mark finds funny, man. That's what I'm saying. We'd never get through it. That's what we'd be talking about, stupid shit like that. Right, and then 2-3 hours would pass and be like, "What the fuck did we talk about?" That's the same thing with Chris. Like, I cut a lot of that video, guys. I dropped a lot of it. A lot of that.
I was about to say you posted, it was what, about an hour and 20 minutes,
and it was way longer than that. Yeah, it was way longer than that. Even the Steve-O video was. Me and Steve-O, the Steve-O 101, that was 45 minutes of MMA right off the beginning of that. We talked for 30, 45 minutes before we even started recording. So,
I'll choke Steve-O out.
I see that happening, though. So, all right, you can't pick Mark to interview you. Who else are you picking?
I feel like Chris would probably be Chris or you, I would say.
That would actually be really interesting having Chris interview you. I'd like to see.
I'm still not outside of the idea that maybe I could interview myself.
That would be
so much editing.
I'm not opposed to that, and I could totally do it. Say that again, Andrew.
That would be amazing if you were just interviewing yourself. I would watch that.
What
you guys would? Like, maybe yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't know much about it, but there would be a lot of editing. You would be editing for days on something.
I think I got a way I could do it where I could even switch. Like, I could record it here, but I could even switch, like, myself around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like literally talking to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, it would require heavy editing. It would have to be scripted questions and answers. I'd have to script myself. I'd have to kind of follow a script because I would lose myself in that editing. I fucking suck at that shit. I'm not good at it.
Mark Darnell's asking if he can post pictures in the YouTube
channel. That would be cool as a one-on-one with Mark Darnell, but we both know that's never going to happen. That dude's like fucking...
Amazing.
Yeah. It would be amazing. A one-on-one interview, like an hour or two straight with fucking Mark Darnell would be 10 years worth of material. I guarantee you that. I would enjoy every fucking second of that. I know you're not gay, Mark.
You just learned a late now.
I'm mad at myself. I'm not gay.
It's so good that he's in like the newsletter that you sent out.
Dude, listen. Yes, that newsletter I used one of Mark Darnell's pictures in the last newsletter that went out. So
that was so good. Do you remember when he would tell you like how to pee at customers' homes and he would just like stand in a bush? I love that. And when he used the 6-inch squeegee to like do a whole.
So, and you and Mark, neither one of you guys were able to view that? Like, it wasn't in your spam folder, nothing, huh?
No, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it showed up in my main inbox.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in my spam or anywhere.
Fuck.
I wonder why. Weird.
I wonder how many people are getting screwed out of my fucking Squeegee Life rag.
If you're interested in receiving the Squeegee Life rag.
Huh?
I said if anyone is interested in receiving the Squeegee Life rag.
Where'd you get this dog from?
Yeah,
this is the original.
Jacob's like molesting.
Yeah, hey, Jacob,
this
I
is
have
the
a question.
original. This is the original. This is the original Squeegee Life rag right here. This is the original.
White one?
Jizz stains and all, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, all the jizz on that one, dude. Remember just think how many times I wiped my wiener off with that, and guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, not for nothing. It's a good thing you showed a hand because I saw that dog sitting there for quite some time with no hands on it.
Oh, that's a little tiny dog.
Don't be mean to my dog.
Oh, I'm not being mean to your dog at all.
I didn't even
It's
know
a
you
little
were
tiny
tiny.
one.
It's
Yeah,
not
dude,
my
relax,
dog.
dude.
It's my fiance's dog.
Oh, he's gonna keep saying fiance every 2 fucking
fiance,
seconds now.
my
Okay,
betrothed.
we get
I
it.
said it
Jacob,
twice.
hey, Jacob is fucking engaged, guys. Yay! Put it in the comments.
Does anyone see my
Jeez.
fiance? Oh, I think a dingo ate your baby.
Andrew's
That
always
looks like
got
a
some
gremlin.
fire. I'm just glad that Andrew's not mad at me tonight because you remember, like, there are nights in the comments where Andrew just goes in on me. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude's problem?
Well,
That's
last
just
time
for
he was
fun.
on the
Just for good
podcast,
time.
he just freaking was burning me left and right.
He's doing it again, dude. He's fucking wearing you out.
Well, depends on how many IPAs Andrew's had when he's commenting on the podcast.
It's a big discretion, yes.
And that's, you know, he's not saying a lot, but he does talk a lot on America's Hometown Horror Podcast, correct?
I do. I'm
You
just
do
here
talk
for
on
fun. I'm just here
Yeah.
for the good times.
You guys need to go check that out. Go find it. It's on iTunes and Spotify and fucking Rinky Dinks,
All that shit that
Shrinkamadoos,
there is available.
like Hair Club for Men. It's on all the websites that you guys
Specify
frequent out there.
TJ.
What's that?
What?
If you would like me to turn, hey, I'm not ragging on your hair. I'm jealous of your hair. Look at mine.
You
This
can
is
find it on
I'm going
one
to
of
tell you
our-
guys something. This is a recent
throw it out.
listen. This is a recent revelation for me. I was not aware of how bald I was. I was unbeknownst to me. I had no idea. I was like, I can grow my hair back anytime I want. So I'm like, you know what? I'll show you, Jen. I'll fucking grow my fucking hair back. So I start growing my hair. We're on vacation. You know, we're taking a month off the podcast. I'm shooting fucking video for, like, you know, I'm going to tell everybody I'm doing a documentary about a whole life with a whole year with Squeegee. I mean, if you're a Patreon guy, you'll get to see it as it goes and give me directions on what you want to see and all that good stuff. But I'm shooting myself and I'm fucking cleaning these windows. I'm doing the fucking Squeegee thing. You know what I mean? And then I go back and watch the footage, and I look like my fucking Uncle Larry. I've got no fucking hair on the top of my fucking head. I look like a total fucking asshole. So I go home, and I'm like, fucking Jennifer. I was like, you didn't tell me I was bald. She was like, I've been telling you you're bald, cuz. You just ain't been listening to me. I said you got a bald spot. I was like, you said bald spot. You didn't say the whole shit's gone. Like that motherfucker. There is no hair. It looks like I got hair.
No hair
But
anywhere.
I assure you, once that shit gets about a 1/4 inch long, I ain't got no hairs up there. It's like a perfect, like a skid mark on top of my fucking head. It is. I look just like my Uncle Larry.
Dude, I used to make fun of my dad having like a widow's peak, and I was like, oh yeah, look at your hair, and he's like, what do you think is gonna happen to you? And as soon as I hit 23, 24, I was like, oh god damn it, it's just.
Seth talking shit. He's still got a nice head of hair, though.
Yeah, he does. Seth still got. Yeah, look at himself.
Some
Raise
hair-
his eyebrows. Like, what a dude.
Yeah,
Seth
he had more hair
is.
than this guy.
Seth is such a cunt.
That was a cock.
God, what a fucking cunt. Andrew knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
Andrew,
I have
yeah.
no hair. Oh.
I know.
What a
Well, he had a
cunt.
mullet for an entire year, so I don't know what shit he's talking to me about. He just got a haircut.
So I'm gonna
People that
ask.
don't have hair, so don't talk about mullets.
Does
So-
Mark have hair? Mark's no, not really. Mark's kind of in the same boat with me.
Yeah.
Me and Mark are like, yeah. See, Mark's starting to raise it in the front, and I probably a little bit in the back too, ain't you, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming up the back on you. Yeah,
My dad died with a full head of hair.
Oh.
And I'm like, God, what's going on?
Why didn't, dude? I would tell you what. My cousin Mike's son Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen hair. This kid's fucking Chewbacca.
Yeah.
He's got this big, bushy fucking beard that won't stop growing and this fucking thick hair you can't even fucking full-wheel drive a comb through.
Right.
You fucking prick. Brandon Brown, you fuck you.
I want to
handsome fucking bastard.
This
What?
is a question for both of the buyers. Is there any more buyers? It's just the two of you.
We got a sister.
A sister. Okay. Now, it appears you guys get along really well. Is that, you guys get along, you know, brotherly love?
Yeah, well, it's better now because we're like, I'm almost 40 years old, so it's definitely better now. Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely better now. I mean, it's
when we
still
first started the
same
business,
fucking
I mean, there's been
shit.
times where we've like fought each other in someone's driveway that we were working at. Like,
It's definitely better now since
I'll
they
tell you what.
both-
I'll hire you guys to come wash my windows if you're going to fight in the driveway.
it's been a while, but the arguments happen from time to time. But I would say we've gotten used to working. I mean, starting this year, we're now working together every day.
Yeah.
This upcoming season, which is the first time in like 10 years. So we'll
It's
see
not gonna
how.
last. It's not
This
gonna
will be
last.
the year that I kill myself.
It's not gonna last. You guys are
By
gonna.
July.
You guys are definitely gonna fight. I can tell that you guys are definitely
we've
gonna
like
fight.
tackled each other up here in the
We
shop.
fight about everything. Like, I don't like the way you're using your squeegee. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm the same. Like I can't really say anything to my little brother. He's a tenderoni, man. He gets fucking mad at me real fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig is worse. Like Craig, who works for me, he's been like basically a brother my whole life. Like me and him have gotten almost physical a few times. Like I remember he set up a stepladder on a on a basement like fold up. You know what I'm saying? Like the
the where you walk underneath the crawl space doors.
I was cleaning inside and I just watched it because he just stood it on there and it just went vroom. And he went right through two screens, and then I just watch him launch that thing like 30 yards into the woods. The customer's like, "Is he all right?" I'm like, "Hope so." I'm like, "Dude, you can't act this unprofessional throw shit." He's like, "I hurt myself." Laughing
I
at
feel
him,
better now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you idiot. But yeah,
Go in there.
Oh, man, remember when he broke the 2-footer and it just snapped in half because his fat ass was trying to like reach a kitchen window?
300 pounds.
Yeah, and it just bent. I was like, fucking fat asshole.
I mean, Jacob, you know how that feels, right?
I don't climb ladders anymore.
I don't get on ladders.
Yikes, man! What a fucking dick Andrew is. Well, dudes, I think
I love you, Jacob.
we know you do. We know you're just busting balls. Don't ever fucking apologize on here, you cocksucker.
Yeah, pole smoker.
Yeah, pole smoker. Next week, I think I could be wrong. It may be the week after, guys. I think our next guest on the podcast is going to be Grace and Craig. They're doing something just before Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So they're going to come on. I think just before Valentine's Day. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that's the plan. You guys will know before it happens. Anyways, you guys have plenty of time to prepare. But I mean, it was fucking cool having everybody back. Thanks for coming back and watching. Thanks to Andrew for coming on and shitting on Jacob, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, thank you.
I always like that when somebody comes on and shits on Jacob, so I don't have to, so I can focus on other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're welcome back anytime.
Anytime, yeah. Anytime you want to come back on, it's cool. But yeah, everybody, thanks. We appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget, go to windowcleaner.com. Buy some shit from them.
Yeah,
Check out America's Hometown Horror Podcast. It's
that
always
too.
a good
Yes,
listen.
exactly. Thanks for the plug, Mark.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I mean, I've only plugged it 2 times before, you fucking cunt. You never said thank you. Fucking bitch. Fuck Andrew. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Later,
Fuck yourself.
Peace, man. Yeah, go fuck yourself,
Later.
Andrew.